All right, you can see the excitement on my face. Today is the day Roger is coming to pick up his car, and it's been a long time coming. So almost 20 years in the making for Roger. He started this project back in 2005, 2006, and here it is, the day he's gonna finally see his beautiful Z32 running, driving, all the bodywork completed. When he dropped it off, it didn't have the fenders, the hood, the bumper, any of that stuff. Interior was not pieced together entirely. It's still not 100%. He's gonna complete that, but we've got everything working that needs to, the windows, AC, you name it, and we've got it under a car cover. So once he gets here, he should be here probably in the next 15, 20 minutes. And it's right over on the dyno. So it'll be nice to get his reaction. So it's under here, and we'll get that beautiful LP2 out, get it out in the light. Just had it cleaned up and detailed, had the wheels polished, and it'll just look so, so good. So stay tuned, we'll get him and we'll get his reaction. Guys, I'm here with Roger, the owner of the beautiful Widebody LP2, and he's here finally to see his project be complete. And we were just talking about it off camera. Roger picked the car up January of 2005. So from start to finish, it's a little over 20 years. Yeah, 20 years in 5 months.
Yep.
4 months, but we've got her under the car cover, and I'm gonna go ahead and peel the cover off so Roger can see it now completed.
You know, I'm surprised you could keep it this clean.
You can tell it's got the purple hue and the metallic, but it's really gonna come out once we get it in the sun. So it's got, you know, from here, the hood looks like it's black, maybe a little bit of hue of the purple, but not a whole lot. I mean, this lighting is pretty good and you'll get a little bit of it, but the sun really brings it out. So yeah, look with the HRE wheels, the wide body, the Stop Tech brakes, this thing is a beauty. We'll pop the hood. So when you go to pop the hood, you're gonna do it like normal, and then you'll come to these quick latch guys and just push them in. You just push them in just like that, and then there is our engine bay. So it's
glad to see a few of the things that I bought that survived.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this was, like I said, this car had never run. I towed it home. It had a blown motor when I bought it. It was a project for my son and I, who was, at the time my son was 13. I figured we'd pull the motor and redo it together and show him how to work on the car a little bit. He's never turned a single wrench on it. It was just me.
Just you.
And
it was you on your back, right?
Me on my back. The car has lived on jack stands and rollers, so I could roll it around the garage for. And then
transporting it to the body shop, right? How long did the body shop have it, the paint shop?
The paint shop had it for about a year, and the paint shop did 2 iterations. We got it started at the one paint shop, and they got shut down, and I had to move it to a different paint shop to get it finished.
Yeah, which is pretty typical with a lot of shops in general. You know, stuff happens.
Yeah. And so it moved paint shops. It moved with Specialty Z.
Yep. We built you a motor. Goodness, I think.
Yeah.
You know, 2006, 2007.
Yep. Short block was all done.
Yep.
Transmission was pulled out. The transmission was the very first thing that we had rebuilt.
Yep.
And then we didn't need the transmission for 20 years.
Yep. No, everything sat dormant. And, you know, this has our EXP90 kit, which we no longer produce. But as you can see from the dyno results, did really, really well. You know, we were talking about how, you know, we've got 20-year-old parts in here, but we were able to, you know, bring this bad boy up. I mean, you remember this intercooler piping, nobody really had an intercooler pipe kit out. This is from TDM, it was very custom. And you can see, you know, it was pieced together, you know, cut welds. We actually had to modify one of the charge pipes on the driver's side to get the fitment a little better, just because everything's so oversized and every car's a little different. You know, it's the nature of the beast. But
and everything was to try and go with those, you know, much bigger intercoolers
Yep.
get them to fit.
Absolutely.
And now the technology is so much better that you can do more with less.
You can, yeah. So you do have the Ash Spec Massives, still good intercoolers. In the last 2 years, we have released our new intercoolers that are an improvement as well. But I think you're going to be plenty of power and plenty of fun. This thing
I'm going to be afraid.
on 91 did really well.
Yeah, I'm going to be afraid of the power it's got.
Yeah, especially if you've been driving your truck, and
On
definitely.
the Q60 that's just
Stop.
drives itself.
Yeah. So you'll see we have the anti-gravity battery right over there. The beautiful thing about that, super lightweight. Also, if it discharges, it puts itself into a hibernation mode. And it's really easy. It goes to sleep. You just hold the button down. It comes back. To the side of it on the fender, we have the Blitz boost controller solenoid. Behind the battery, we've got the 4-bar map sensor for the Haltech. So that's what measures our pressure reading, the ECU. We've got our dual wideband controller from Haltech as well. That's in the back. So we're using that for AFRs and wideband control. We've got, of course, the original PE SARD 850cc injectors with the 300-degree rails, and your Aeromotive fuel filter that we've adapted to work with the rails, the regulator from Aeromotive. We've got nicely, mounted right there next to the clutch master cylinder.
That's very, very clean.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see it's all, it's all tidy.
Yeah.
There's guys that do, they move the fuse box and all that, but that presents more problems, wiring issues, and then even working on the car becomes a complete pain in the butt.
Yep.
So this is nice and clean and efficient under the center panel, since we don't need the mass airflow meters anymore. We've got our dummy baths. We've got the oil cooler, which we had to space out even further out for better fitment. And we've got the GFB recirculation valves in there. So it replaces the factory Nissan recirc valves. And yeah.
We were able to get the AC working again.
Air conditioning is working. We've got AC
with the
working.
new harness.
With all the new harness, yeah. You can see, guys, everything factory Nissan harness, which have come and gone in and out of production. And also the alternator transmission harness has been replaced. Let's go into the interior and we'll take a look at what we've got. It's not obviously completed.
Yeah, there's more parts at home. I've got the interior all completed at home.
Much better with fuel pressure. So you've got your Haltech wideband gauge, but it's more than just that. It's the CAN gauge, and it allows you to display more than one parameter. So right now we're looking at the left and the right wideband air-fuel ratios. If you push the button, we can get coolant temperature, oil temperature, air temperature, battery voltage, RPM, boost pressure. We have fuel pressure, we have boost pressure and vacuum, oil temperature, and oil pressure as well. So it displays a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, that thing is really clean too.
I guess, what do you think?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So as you know, I'm amazed at how patient you have been and how long you've worked on this. I couldn't have done this without Specialty Z. Specialty Z has been involved in this from basically day one.
Day one, yeah.
With all the parts I started taking off and bringing to the shop to get them repaired and rebuilt.
Yep.
And
I remember.
It's just amazing that it's actually running again now after this long. So
it's time to
run again.
To drive and enjoy it. Now.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy the drive.
We'll enjoy the drive.
Yep. So awesome. We'll go and we'll get a little drive in before he gets it back on the trailer, takes it to Utah, and off into the sunset Roger goes. So yeah.
Again,
Yep.
I got to thank you, Seb.
Of course. Thank you, Roger.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
I do appreciate it. It'd still
appreciate
be floundering around on jack stands if it wasn't for you.
Yeah.